Hi, I'm David Handel, the CEO of I Do Recall. Let's take a deep dive into the new social feature of our app that we call Classes. This is where educators can create a class and invite their students, or students can create a class and use it as a study group. In both scenarios, the class creator, which we call the class owner, can invite students to join and then add files and videos to the class's library and recalls to the class's recalls collection. You'll remember that recalls are I Do Recall's special spaced repetition flashcards that can be linked to important concepts and facts in your learning materials that you want to remember. When you practice these recalls, if you struggle with an answer, just click a link and you'll be shown the exact spot in your study materials where you first learned the relevant concept or fact. After refreshing your memory, you can quickly resume your recalls practice session. The class owner, if they choose, can permit class members to collaborate and contribute library files and recalls. When a student creates a class as a study group, they'll almost certainly want to wish to enable members to contribute library files and recalls. The ability to collaborate makes it easy for members to conquer the course's learning materials together. Students can share their individual class notes and other relevant files with their classmates. All members of a class can clone the class's library content and recalls into their personal I Do Recall account, where they can use these items just the same as the content that they have created or uploaded themselves. One obvious advantage for teachers is that they can distribute their course learning materials via an I Do Recall class. Then their students can clone these materials into their personal accounts and use those files to create their own linked recalls. If teachers desire to do some of the heavy lifting for their students, they can even donate recalls to the class. The students can clone these and practice them along with the recalls that they have created themselves in their personal accounts. To donate a recall to one of your classes, start typing the target class into this widget and then select it. You can do this when you are in the process of creating or editing a recall. You have to save the form in order to complete the donation. When members look at the class's list of recalls, they can use this information as a proxy for social validation to help them judge if the content or recall is likely to be accurate and useful. Something that has been cloned by most of the students may be more likely to be of higher quality. While recalls can be directly donated to the class, donations of files to the library must be approved by the class owner before they are published to the class's library list for all to see. Here is an owner's view of the library list. Pending contributions from class members are at the top of the list and have red icons. The owner can click to view the file or video and then approve or reject the contribution. Owners can remove any library files or recalls from the class that they deem unworthy or a duplicate. Owners can also remove any class members from the class. If an owner wants help with the administration of these class-related tasks, they can elevate the privileges of any member and make them a moderator. Let's spend a minute and create a class. Click here, enter the class's name, add an optional description. You must specify your school. If you don't see your school in our database, please add it along with its location. It will be saved for future use by everyone after you save the form, so be careful to avoid typos. You can add an optional image for branding purposes and it will be associated with your class in our UI. By default, these two checkboxes are checked, but if you don't want your class or study group to be discoverable within the app, or if you don't want members to be able to contribute recalls and library content, uncheck the boxes. Then click here to create your new class. When you click the classes icon in the main sidebar, you will see your list of classes. Click to enter one of your classes. Here is the classes sidebar. On the About page, you will see the class's description. You can click here to copy the share URL and distribute it to anyone you wish to invite to your class. When someone enters the invite URL into their browser, if they don't already have an I Do Recall account, they'll be first taken through the sign-up process. After they complete those steps, they will have acquired their 30-day free trial account. The first time they sign into their new account, they'll be taken to the About page of your class where they can read its description and decide if they want to join. If the invitee already has an iDoRecall account, they can enter the invite URL into their browser bar, or they can simply paste it here. They will be taken to the About page of your class and they can decide if they want to join. You can search for courses and study groups from your school here. If they exist and are discoverable, you can click to join. If you weren't invited, the owner may decide to remove you from the class. All members of a class can distribute the class's share URL. When you're inside one of your classes, you will see the class's sidebar. Click Recalls to see the list of recalls that have been donated so far to the class. And click Library to see any files or videos that have been donated. You can also click to view the list of members of the class. You can view some details about a member, and if you're the class owner, you can change their privileges and make them a moderator, or downgrade a moderator back to an ordinary member. In the near future, we plan to add the capability of class members to chat with each other. We also plan to add a metrics page where you can view the activity of members, such as seeing how many items they've cloned and how many they've donated. We will also show metrics that will help teachers assess their students' efforts. So there you have it. We hope that you will create classes and study groups so that you can work together to deeply learn the content that's associated with your courses. You can learn more about classes in the iDoRecall Quick Start Guide that you can click to download from the Learn IDR page in the app. Classes are a brand new addition to iDoRecall, and you should expect the user experience to evolve and improve as we refine this offering and add new features. Developing classes was a massive and complicated undertaking, so if you discover any bugs or room for improvement, please be sure to contact us through the support widget on our website or write us at support@idorecall.com.